It's been a while since I've done a vloggy car ride, but let's go. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Bree. I am an artist.
Turn right.
Okay. If you hear Siri, that's
in 1.9 miles. Turn left onto El Cajon Boulevard.
I'm going to pick up my friend Summer. You've seen her on my channel. She is coming back from Michigan, so I am going to go pick her up. But yeah, I just wanted to talk. I've been absorbing a lot. Just not even exuberating a lot of, if that makes sense, a lot of energy. I'm just watching a lot of videos, getting new information, coming across thoughts that I haven't really paid attention to in a while. Going back and doing some shadow work, going into my past, finding my triggers, just searching more deeply. And it's weird that I started doing that right before this new moon. I totally forgot that the new moon was today. But not only is it a new moon, but it's a partial solar eclipse. So it's some strong restarting energy. I already feel it. I have this anxiety, like I'm forced to take deeper breaths. But my thoughts, even though Mercury just went into retrograde, my thoughts are pretty clear. I just don't feel like planning the next step until I do a big purging. I think I need to cry and go back into my past a little bit and release some of my old emotions that just don't serve me anymore. And there's a couple exercises that my coworker and I, well, she's my friend now, but my friend Jessica has been giving me exercises, and we've kind of been switching back and forth. There's this book that I've read called Pussy, and if you haven't read it, you should. It's a book by Regina Thomas Howard, and it's a female empowerment book. Talks a little of the history of women,
in 1 mile, turn left onto El Cajon Boulevard.
A way of power, you know what I mean. By the Middle Ages, women, whoa, a fucking dove just flew in front of my car. It's a symbol. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, in the book, Regina Thomas Howard has a method called swamping, and it's to let your anger out, because as females, sometimes we're not allowed to express our anger, and we're truly allowed to have rage. So this exercise is called swamping. You wear clothes that make you feel badass. You fucking just break a bunch of dishes or like hit shit with pillows. I want to do that. I actually punched a pillow the last time I got mad, and it's a lot better than harming yourself, or because I used to be one of those people to self-inflict pain, and I've done it more recently too. But I've definitely hit myself. I've definitely cut myself. I've starved myself from food. I've tried making myself throw up. I've like scratched at myself from just being so anxious. I don't feel a need to do those things. Those things were coping mechanisms for the time being, where I was in my life and what I was feeling, and just feeling so alone and not being able to share with the world who I actually was. I remember my mom seeing the scratches on my arm, and I told her that I fell, and she questioned the directions of them. Why would I fall that way? But that's all. I just said, I don't know, I fell.
Turn left onto El Cajon Boulevard.
Believe me, or I don't know if she believed me. But now I'm here, and I'm on this radical journey of finding self-love and trying to share my love with the world around me, and just becoming a beacon of of light to people in this world, and I want to share my creative talents, and I want to be able to use my creative talents to better this world. And so it's been a long journey. I'm still trying to figure out in which ways I can do that don't feel so selfish, because when I do art for a selfish reason, sometimes I wonder why I even
In half a mile, merge onto I-8 West.
It feels kind of purposeless in a sense. And sometimes it is. Sometimes I'm just doing it to do it. I just get into this. I guess it's not even just flow, because I can have a thought process when it comes to something artistic and have a flow. But I want to create something with a bigger picture and with the team. If you don't know, I draw, I sing, I dance. I love the arts. I love theater. I'm not super practiced in theater, but I'd love to learn and try to come up with little characters and do more improv in the world around me, just to shed some light, because why can't you just become a gremlin? I mean, come on, like, it's fun. That gave me a heat flash, because it's absolutely ridiculous and absurd, but it's just so fun to play the part. You know, something that's been helping me with that is actually playing video games. It kind of lets me accept the fact that I can just do whatever I want and be goofy, because I'm gonna die and shit anyway, but respawn, and then I can just do it over again and do it a little differently. But in real life, you don't get to we don't feel as though we get to respond, at least in the same form as
Merge onto I-8 West.
At least in the same form as we were before. So we might as well use the form we have now to do what we can. Our bodies are capable of amazing things. It's our minds that get to us. It's our minds that make us feel heavy. Because you can weigh 600 pounds and you could find that motivation to start losing weight and to just start moving your arms and to take it slow, and then walk around your house, and then take it outside and go further and further each day. You can exercise those kinds of things when it comes to language. And in fact, I'm trying to learn Japanese, because Alex and I are going to go traveling in a year to Japan. So follow us on that vlog. It's going to be super fun. I wonder how loudly I could speak on the freeway for you. But yeah, we're thinking of going to Japan, so I'm starting to learn Japanese on Duolingo. And if you haven't heard of Duolingo, it's a free app. The only thing that doesn't make it free is there's ads shoved in your face, which is fine because it's free learning. So why wouldn't you want to indulge yourself in some free language learning? And it's really simple. I've already learned some words, like shiro means white, and I can see the symbols in my head of what it's supposed to be written out as.
In half a mile, take exit 14B to merge onto CA 125 South.
125 South. Cool. Wow. It's such a beautiful day, guys. It's kind of overcast, but it's also very sunny. And the car's just glowing, and I feel the clouds are reflecting all that light and just keeping it inside of the earth.
Use the right 3 lanes to take exit 14B to merge onto CA 125 South.
A greenhouse. It's very warm, but also I have all the windows closed up, and I have the AC
in 2.9 miles. Continue on to CA 94 West.
I just found this video on YouTube that was talking about electrical currents. He's a doctor, and he was giving a speech talking about Black history, going into the esoteric and aliens and government, how that's all connected, how we're living a big lie. And a big part of my learning process in this solar eclipse is conspiracy theories and trying to connect the dots when it comes to all the religions, all the ancient religions in the world, especially those that use technology such as pyramids. Trying to figure out if the sun is actually even fucking hot, because isn't it farther away from us?
In 2 miles, continue on to CA 94 West.
So, and our access isn't as far away as the farthest point from the sun, so shouldn't it actually be cold during the summer? I don't know. There's like a lot of things and a lot of textbook information from my childhood that's just kind of getting flipped around on me, and in a way I've already started opening myself up to the possibility of those things happening, but I didn't give a detailed explanation to myself of what the possibilities were. Like, I opened myself up to, damn, well, maybe I can be a little untrusting of what this government is about, and about the country I'm living in, and about the system. And it would make me angry, and you know, I used to get angry thinking about these things, and I used to be afraid, but it doesn't scare me anymore. For some reason, it makes me want to push harder, and it makes me want to find out the truth about what's actually going on. This world's really not what it seems to us, but actually it might be exactly what it seems to us on a very, very individual basis, you know. So I have a lot
Continue
more
on to CA 94 West.
I'm just not sure if you can hear me very well in this video, so I apologize if the car's a little loud. I am on the freeway, and usually during a vloggy car ride, I'm not on the freeway, and I'm actually yelling.
In 7.9 miles,
really,
take exit 1A to merge onto I-5 North toward Los Angeles.
I don't normally talk this loud. But yeah, I'm actually really excited to see Summer. It's been almost a fucking month, maybe even more than a month since I've seen her. And with us, that's a little unheard of. Like, we usually do like 2 weeks, less than that, 1 week without seeing each other. We had a point where we saw each other like 3 times a week. Or we're working on a collaboration painting, so we'd see each other every Saturday. So a month is kind of long, you know. And I miss my girl. And we're going to go to see nothing. We're gonna go get some Starbucks. She's treating me to a bookstore. So I'm excited because yesterday I said I was gonna quit coffee, but I think today is the day that I'm going to have my last cup of coffee for a good while. But it's funny because every time I say that, it doesn't work out well. You guys know I've been kind of struggling with this. But it's okay. It's okay. We all have our things that we need to work on. I know how coffee affects me. Caffeine gives me a real nice high, and I can feel it in my hands. My hands feel soft. They feel kind of warm. Everything looks a little brighter on a high dose. I overall just feel so good and giddy and happy. But then the crash is so bad. Around 3 p.m. I just want to take a nap. And then at 7 o'clock I want to go to sleep. I'm ready for bed. And then I want to get up the next day and I just want to drink more coffee. Sometimes I have 2 cups in the morning. I remember making a cup at home and then going to get one at Starbucks because I wasn't satisfied because I wanted one at the coffee shop. So it's a really strange addiction to have. There's a lot of strange things that are starting to happen, guys. A lot. I'm starting to see auras. If you don't know what an aura is, it's the energy field that is shown off a person. So it's the light coming off of a person. And sometimes you can see different colors, and the different colors can represent emotions or feelings or even specific traumas relating to their past. It can indicate choices they may make right now or are prone to making. So the colors spectrum of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, meaning like indigo. And it goes from like ultraviolet all the way to infrared. Infrared is the lowest wave you can get, and it kind of cooks you from the inside out, like a microwave. And that can be associated with the emotions of anger or hatred. It's like this heat that that makes you unable to think for yourself. You're so just flushed. I don't know. It becomes like a dark hole. And then obviously you guys have heard of indigo children who have an indigo hue to them. So I've been practicing seeing auras, and I see them more with my glasses off. If I have my glasses off, I can see the aura around trees. I see these sparkles in the air too. I'm not really sure what those are, but the air it glistens, and sometimes these little orbs come off of trees within their aura. Late at night, I can see.
In 2 miles, take exit 1A to merge onto I-5 North toward Los Angeles.
Trying to merge. People in California don't like to let you get through. They'd rather get through first rather than let anyone get through safely. But also, I'm just complaining now. We're almost at the airport. But yeah, late at night, I can see shapes more of a triangle, but they're all lined up in a pattern spreading throughout the room. It's like you put one of those really old 2007 filters on top of a photograph of your whole life. People say they have similar experiences with DMT, but I actually started noticing this effect on heavy doses of marijuana late at night when I start getting lucid. I start seeing patterns moving along my wall in kind of a triangle overlay. I'll see shadows. But I first started noticing this more strongly after I took LSD, which was like 2 years ago. So that's a whole nother story in itself, because my LSD experiences are...
Continue straight, then use the right 2 lanes to take exit 1A to merge onto I-5 toward Los Angeles.
Because my LSD experiences are... they're meaningful, but at the same time, it doesn't mean shit. I don't know if anyone...
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 1A to merge onto I-5 toward Los Angeles.
Siri, thank you for telling me directions. I would get lost down here. I'm not very good at navigating downtown San Diego. And it's crazy. It's been so hot, but this is the most cloudy day. It's really nice. It reminds me of, I was gonna say fall, and it's fucking Friday the 13th. What a coincidence. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can see this, but I gave myself a tattoo. Can you see my new one? It's Saturn. Oh wait. It's kind of backwards, huh? To you it looks like the simple sa in Japanese. Even though Saturn looks more like the letter the symbol chi in Japanese.
In 1.1 miles, take exit 17A onto Hawthorne Street towards San Diego Airport.
Ah! Okay guys, so I'm getting upon the airport and I'm starting to hit heavy traffic and stuff. So I'm gonna pause this vlog and I'll get back to you in a little bit about auras after I pick up Summer. Let me just give you guys a little bit more, but I'm starting to see colors now, especially in people who are close around me. And I work at an art studio with a bunch of children. So the children that I see repetitively, I'm starting to see the
Stay in the second lane from right.
The movement of their auras how sporadic they can look, how just misty they can look. It's crazy how I'm starting to differentiate the energy, and I wasn't able to do that at first with my crystals either, but finally I got it. So these things really take practice and time and a lot of learning, because you have to start unlearning things that
use the right 2 lanes to take exit 17A onto Hawthorne Street towards San Diego.
Bye, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm at the airport now, waiting for summer, and hopefully I don't get kicked out of this spot. I got a nice spot, it's really close up. Aw, someone's dog. So I was talking about auras, and how lately I've been able to see the auras of those close to me. Lately I've been able to see my roommate's aura, and he, from what I know about him and can tell, he is a very self-reliant kind of person, and he has a strong, like, he can be quiet and introverted, but when he's willing to show up, his personality is really strong and exuberant. He's a Cancer. So his aura, I noticed he came in one day after work in a super great mood, and as he sat from the couch and then got up and went to the kitchen, I saw like this blue mist on the sofa. It was just lingering above it, and it wasn't really solid, it was just like a light. And if I close my eyes briefly for a second, I could see the color too, and then it disappears. But I just wonder if anyone else out there has these kinds of experiences, and have weird warping visuals even when they're not tripping, or maybe they are tripping but just without drugs, you know. It's been over 6 months since I last did LSD, so I wouldn't think that it's the remnants of the chemical that one, but it's so confusing. I get just mind boggled thinking about it. So I think that's kind of it for my video. I don't have much to talk about with the new moon or the solar eclipse, because I haven't really done that much of the shadow work yet, and I want to set some time aside to do that. But one of the other cool exercises that I forgot to tell you guys about is, it's so loud out here, sorry, airport, and I forgot what I was saying. Great. Oh yeah, the other exercise that is really good to do for shadow work is when you're watching a movie or some kind of show, we usually relate with the hero, or try to relate with the hero, but try to relate with the antagonist, and try to see how what kind of qualities you have, or what bothers you about that person, and then try to see if that stems from anything within yourself, and try to dig deeper that way. Let me just show off my tattoo since I'm stopped. Oh, Saturn. As you can see, I'm starting to put all the planets down my wrist. So I got the sun, the moon, Mercury for communication, and then Saturn. So at the moment I just have crystal bracelets. This one's hematite. I think this guy's gonna tell me to move. I'm now in the cell phone lot that is a parking lot like half a mile away from the airport, where people can sit in their cars and be on their cell phones. But it's for when you're picking up somebody, and I didn't know it existed, but I just got kicked off the side of the airport there. So now I know where to go to just kind of wait and wait. Summer just got to the baggage claim, so she'll get her stuff in probably a couple minutes here, and we'll be leaving again. I literally drove through the airport in 3 circles before I found this place, so cool stuff. Let me move this again. My seats are up, down, because I took art supplies to the art studios for the kids, and it was a lot of stuff. And then I have my own personal art in here. Amy Brown Fairy and Wales and Willow Smith. Okay, but so in all truth, Summer literally just got her stuff and I just got here. So let me go ahead and go back to the freaking airport and I'll go get Summer. I'm excited. I miss her. Oh my gosh. I miss her. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, what is that? Angel Aura Quartz. What did my brake go down? Okay. Now let's go for realsies this time. I am leaving. And I'm guessing this vlog's over too. I don't know why I chimed in with such a short message. Bye!